afternoon. Welcome to all of you for the pinning of the practical nursing class of 2019. On stage, we have faculty members. Dr. Melanie Moore, Ms. Daphne Huffman, Mr. Joe Wynn, Ms. Lisa Rourke, Mr. Josh Taylor, and Ms. Robin Hess Watson, and I'm Dr. Bass. Without all of these people, these students would not be as prepared as they are, so I'm very proud of my faculty. Please join me. We are also very appreciative of the first-year students who have come to be of assistance today. We have several of them around. We're also very, very, very thankful for all of the supportive family and friends that have come to share this special time with our graduates. You've been through a lot the last 2 years. This is their shining example, their start to being nurses, and I'm so proud of every one of them. I'd also like to extend a word of appreciation to a couple people that I don't believe are here. Ms. Deborah Thompson is the administrative secretary that works with our program and does everything with scheduling and room arrangements. And recently we've had some changes that had to be made in a hurry, and she's really helped us out a lot. So thank you, Deborah. Also, Ms. Pam Woody, who is the advisor for the nursing programs, has been extremely helpful. And there is Ms. Pam Woody. She snuck in when I wasn't looking. She's been extremely helpful even before we had the students in getting all their paperwork ready, all their applications in, everything that had to be done. She got it organized and got them in here so we could start with them. So thank you, Ms. Woody. Please join us all as we welcome our practical nurses to their pinning ceremony. They will be processing in as a group. At the end of the program, they will also recess out as a group. Please remain seated so they can leave. And I know at the end, everybody loves to get up and join them. They will be out in the lobby area and they will be anxious to see you. But please wait until they are all out. Okay. Graduation for the college occurred last night, so all of these students are now graduates. And we are very thankful that they chose to come back for this symbolic meeting, symbolic gathering. Receiving their pin is a very special time. Some of you know how much effort they've put into the planning of it, and they planned this. So whatever happens, it's theirs, and I'm proud of them. All right? If you will, join me as the class processes in. You can stand.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Deja Browner. I'm going to lead us in prayer, so if you can just bow your heads. Lord, I want to thank you for bringing us here in unity and bringing us with traveling mercy. Thank you for our family and friends who have helped us support throughout this entire crazy nursing program. I ask you to give us traveling mercy on our way out, and amen.
Thank you, Deja. You may be seated. Next, Miss Robin Hess will be our speaker.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, students, faculty, families, and all the people that are here that are important to these students to support them today. Let me first say how honored I am to be standing here today in front of all these wonderful, hardworking students at their pinning ceremony. The pinning ceremony is a time-honored nursing tradition. It signifies your official initiation into the brotherhood and sisterhood of nurses. Let me say that I had no idea until I started working in this program just how intense and hard the LPN curriculum is. The program is demanding, requires a lot of hard work with many sacrifices along the way. Many students before you today have had many obstacles to overcome and unexpected disruptions in their lives. But they pulled together as a group, helped each other, and they are here today. When I met a lot of them their first year, I told them that I didn't care if they liked each other, loved each other, or just tolerated each other. But for the next 2 years, that they were going to love, like, and tolerate each other. And that they would work together because nursing is a profession that requires teamwork. Clinicals for these guys prove that every single day. To Allison, who always repeats that back to me and says she remembers the day I said it. Thank you for knowing the big words when I couldn't think of them, and thanks for covering my backside, literally. Allison will know that joke. We can explain later. With all the hard work came a lot of emotions, stress, and chronic sleep deprivation. I think I have seen many meltdowns with every student except a few, one being Brian and the other being Renard. However, Brian, I saw way too much of him in the parking lot changing his clothes after every clinical. And Renard, the most I ever saw him get upset was when McDonald's forgot his biscuits for his biscuits and gravy. He was close to tears that morning. My daughter read the speech last night to make sure that I wasn't gonna make a fool of myself, and she was like, I don't blame him. I would be upset too. That's the main dish in the biscuits and gravy. But he never got his biscuits, so maybe one of you, when y'all get a job, y'all can take him out to breakfast. Although there were many tears, there has been much laughter and much fun during these last 2 years. It is so hard for me to be serious at times, and I struggle to behave, but the students seem to get it and accept it. Dr. Bass at one time told me one day to tone down my mama bear ways. I didn't. I couldn't. It was very hard, but it's who I am, and it's clearly who these students are as well. During lunch with my recent clinical group I had in the spring, a friend came up behind me in the lunchroom and tried to scare me. She screamed at me really loud from behind. Every student turned around like they were coming after her. It kind of scared her. She told me the next day, she said, I'm really not gonna lie, they kind of scared me. But she has not spoken to me since with the students around in my presence. And she's like, I'm not gonna lie, they scared me. They were coming after me, but they had your back. It showed me that this group had each other's back, and mine as well. It's a bond that was forged through hard work, laughter, tears, and mutual respect. We have had some great memories. Our one code 34 at Brookshire with Bethany afterwards looking at me saying, I think that literally made me sick. To Jasmine Murphy, I am so sorry I put you in timeout in the stairwell, but you know deep down you deserved it. To Amy, my calm cub, who was always willing to help others and was the stable force for many, a great lab student who cleaned up the lab every time she left for the day, beds always made presentable for the next class. She has been a great president, student, and truly has cared for this whole class. As nurses, it's very rare that you get to finish a meal or go to the bathroom. It's very demanding and it's very stressful. But there are times that cupcakes can kind of cure everything. As Ginger and that great smile, she's a great caretaker with patients requesting her back week after week. Sometimes she looked like she was up to no good with that smile walking past the nurse's station, but she was always helpful and kind. But her willingness to always provide those cupcakes for the group, that was like her answer for everything. But others had issues with her cupcakes, like Meghan Mcintosh. Meghan Mcintosh had disappearing cupcakes. Thank God some people got some, but when you explain it's for the staff and the student eats 3 before she ever gets to clinical, then I think she ate another one at clinical. Mind you, she only made 12. To this day, I'm not sure if the staff ever got any, because if you notice in the slides, there is a picture up here of Jasmine Murphy and Morgan somewhere. They're eating them too. So they did not get the concept of staff party, but that's okay. They were still good cupcakes. Morgan with her back massages and neck massages, if she ever touched my back, I kind of gave her this look that she knew she was going to be guilted into giving me a massage. One day she was doing it at the nurse's station while I was documenting, and an elderly patient went by in a wheelchair and said, "Look at that student sucking up to her instructor." It was truly hilarious. The lady said it very loud, but the reality at that moment was that it was the instructor that was sucking up to the student. I'm truly gonna miss those. Emily and Alex and all the laughter those two had, they were so uplifting and funny. Emily has a very good sense of humor and is so caring towards her patients, and learned quickly how easy it is to get attached and that it can be heartbreaking at times. Alex is tiny, but has a very big heart and an eagerness to learn. I think there is a picture of her in the slideshow with her pants rolled up out in the middle of the hall with a bunch of linen. She was literally giving a patient a shower, and the way the floor sloped, she was up to her ankles in water. So she rolled up her pants up mid-calf and went on with her business, never said a word, never complained, just did what she had to do. Josephine and Melissa, and this is Melissa Casey, started out as my very quiet students in lab. I got their names wrong for a year. Even with it embroidered on their shirt, I still couldn't get it. I'm not sure why, but literally they couldn't be more different. I mean, one is 6 foot something, and Josephine is probably like 4 foot something, but I could not get them straight to save my life. Josephine, I'll never forget a med pass with Josephine. The patient had a PEG tube. Her patient was very intense that day. She was so happy with all of it. She was so proud of herself. She told me she loved me with the biggest smile on her face. She was so stinking cute that day. It just still touches my heart. Melissa's like a gazelle. She comes on the floor. She hits the floor running with her assignments, gets her work done, and then finds more work to do. I mean, she is just always. She has become quite the comedian. And now, Melissa, you can go out in the world and be a boss. Mel B, you're my favorite Spice Girl. Wow, what a great asset to have in a group. Many rapid responses this semester. She was present, attentive, and at times knew more than the nurses calling the rapid response. The last one, I just told her, go run it. She knows her stuff, and she did. She came running down the hall with the crash cart, and she never missed a beat. Lori and Christy, I call them the Mary Poppins of the group. They had anything and everything you might need in their big bags. Very caring ladies, because if you asked for something from that big bag and they didn't have it that day, they would have had it the next day for you. They would probably go out and buy it after work. I thought their bags were really big until I saw Miss Rourke come to clinical with her very, very, very large bags. So she gave y'all a little bit of competition. There are so many giving people that have chose the right profession. Sarah and that big smile and so many good questions, always wanting to learn and learn and learn, but always smiling no matter what. Katie with those big brown eyes, very confident and always caring. She had one day where she had a mini meltdown and began to cry. After she started, 4 other people with her started to cry. It was the way the whole 2 years went, always supporting each other no matter what. Deja, I'm gonna say wow, is what I can say. And my most nervous and tearful student I met on the first day of lab teaching you to wash your hands. It is not the student that sits here today waiting to be pinned, funny, confident, caring, and oh my God, you have nailed it time and time again. Stephanie and her smile, always willing to help, best jokes and stories, and a great asset to the group. She was always picked on about the way she said some things, but she smiled even bigger, went on about her business, never once not smiling through anything and everything. And the girl was sleep deprived, still working night shift and attending school full time. Haley, I am truly sorry I almost stabbed out your eyeball. You said it was a good thing that you had quick reflexes, and that's some truth to that, and thank God you did. Always serious about clinicals, but when she laughed, it was from the bottom of her gut. She would just like burst out in this laughter. Meg was the same way. When she laughed hard. But a serious side as well, very dedicated, studied all the time. I remember lunch with her, our first clinicals, and even during lunch, she would have her books out studying all the time. Very dedicated and full of wonder. Jazmine Smith, very quiet, but did her work and took pride in her skills, always learning and always freezing, cold, as in the word freezing. Jackets with hoods in April and May. I hope that when you do find a job, it's in a tropical paradise somewhere that you will be warm. Wendy, always serious about her work, watched her son leave and go into the military while she continued to walk in one of the hardest programs at Virginia Western. Kudos to you for never giving up. Samantha, I am glad you never gave up as well. I know there were times, and one day in particular, that you did not know if you made the right decision. I worked you hard that day, skill after skill after skill, and you accomplished every one. I watched you cry that day and then leave clinical with a sense of purpose and a new perspective. I will say a successful person is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that others have thrown at them. I teach with the belief that what we learn with pleasure and laughter, we will never forget. What you have accomplished in the last few years, no one can ever take that away from any of you. You are the LPN class of 2019, and you have earned your wings. So when you leave here today, don't forget why you came.
Now I know what you all have been doing all 2 years. I want all the inside scoop. All right, next we have Amy Stevens and Samantha Smith as our student speakers. As they're making their way up to the podium, let me just share with you that as president and treasurer of the nursing club, they've put together a lot of things, a lot of different sessions, a lot of planning things, and a lot of volunteer activities. And I'm very proud of them. They've done a very good job. So thank you, ladies.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. To be real honest, I don't know how I'm gonna go after her and make this sound any good, but we're gonna try. So, first, I'd like to thank all of our family and friends and fellow students for your love and support. Sorry. It's been a very long 2 years. A lot of family sacrifices for study time. a lot of people in this program have children. So we thank our spouses, our significant others, our parents, sisters, and anyone else who have kept children for these past 2 years for allowing us to study. Because without that, we probably wouldn't be standing here today. We'd also like to thank y'all for your dedication and your hard work and support to all of us, especially the 3 that have started this semester. That really, really is hard, and it's really, really special for us to get to know you, to see how dedicated you are in your fields, and for your love and support to all of us, and to help us make it through this last semester. I also want to thank our technology staff for being here today, because it is a Saturday. It was the only day that we could do this because everything else was already filled. So I want to thank you for taking time out and being here today. I also want to thank our first-year students who participated in today and being our fellow officers in the nursing club. You have helped out tremendously, and this will hopefully give you an idea of what you may want for your next year pinning ceremony. Throughout these 2 years, we have learned to love and support each other. If one cries, we all cry. If one laughs, we all laugh. If you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. We are really unified. We are a family, and I have really come to love each and every one of you, and we will forever be friends. I hope to see each and every one of you transpire, go far in your careers, continue your education, and remain friends and have continuous contact for the rest of our lives. Now, Samantha's gonna come and read something that one of our students that could not be here today, and she's gonna represent her.
As some of you probably saw on the slideshow, we kind of did a mock pinning for one of our students who was unable to be here due to scheduling issues. Her name is Katie, and she did successfully complete the program with us from day 1 to finish. So she wrote her dedication letter that would have been read while she was getting pinned. It is hard to believe that we have made it to this day. Who would have thought that 2 years would have gone by so fast? I would personally like to thank my family for the continued support, and to Jack, my boyfriend, because we all know he won't propose anytime soon, LOL, for always encouraging me and pushing myself to continue even when I wanted to quit. I also wanted to thank my classmates for always encouraging each other to never give up. We were all once strangers to one another, and many of us have become like family, and I could not thank y'all enough for that. I would like to thank Ms. Huffman for making our last semester so much fun. You encouraged us to believe in ourselves. Thank you to my clinical instructors this year. I learned so much from each of you, and I will carry it through with me throughout my career. Lastly, a big thank you to Sam. Sam, you've become one of my closest friends, and for that I'm forever grateful. Thank you for teaching me so much throughout this past year. I am so excited to see how we grow within our newfound career. I know each and every one of us will be an amazing nurse, and I'm so happy to be a part of the LPN class of 2019.
Thank you, ladies. The next part of our program is the pinning section. Prior to the pinning, I ask each student to write something for me to read during the pinning ceremony that expresses their dedication both to the profession and also to their family and loved ones. I will be reading those along. Only as I asked that did I realize that some students who never said 10 words, 10 words in a class could write a whole page. So there are some students that write very little, some that wrote and wrote and wrote. So please bear with me as I share what's important to them, okay? All right, Ms. Lisa Rourke will be helping with the pinning. All right, are you ready? You want me to skip this part? Okay. All right. Lori Alouv. Lori is being pinned by her daughter Jessica and her son Ryan. Lori would like to thank her whole family and Jack for the support she's received since returning to school for her practical nursing certificate. My parents, who are watching over me and giving me strength from heaven above, were my biggest supporters. I am now following in the footsteps of my two favorite nurses, my grandmother Ruth and my close friend Joyce Firing. I love you all. Melissa Brown. Melissa is being pinned by her daughter, Maddie Marie. I would like to thank God for the guidance in my journey. Thank you to my classmates who have become my second family. Maddie Marie, thank you for giving me determination, motivation, and love when I needed it the most during my journey. Mom, thank you for being patient with me and helping me with Maddie. Dad and Granddad, thank you for being my guardian angels, staying by my side at all times, and for never giving up on me. Deja Browner is being pinned by her mother, Misha Browner. First and foremost, I'd like to give glory to God, for He is the head of my life. This is not my first rodeo in the nursing program. My first attempt, I did not make it to the second semester. I did not give up. I came back and tried again. To my son Miles, love you so much. Mommy wants you to know that in life you may stumble. You may not always get it on your first try, but always get up and try again. To my mother Misha, my warrior, thank you for your relentless 30-minute prayers. The good Lord knows I needed those. It is for those prayers that I am standing here today. Thank you for wiping my tears when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you for always being there unconditionally for Miles. You're a phenomenal mother. To my father, John Rico, thank you for always being an ear with my undecipherable phone calls. When life got complicated, for teaching me to be patient and kind. Thank you for always being there. To my mother-in-law, Angela, thank you for always being there for Miles when I couldn't because I had to study. Thank you for the many times you pushed me when I wanted to give up, for encouraging words. I love you. To my fiance, Michael, thank you for filling in when I couldn't be there. Thank you for being an amazing father. You always know what to say to make me smile. I think you've seen me cry more than smile in this program, but you always told me if it were easy, everyone would do it. To my father-in-law, Kevin and Mike, thank you for all that you do for me, for your gratitude and caring hearts. To my grandparents, Jackie and Carl, thank you for your love and support. I am so blessed to have both of you here with me. To my grandmother, Ingrid, who is not here in the flesh, I chose your birthstone to be pinned with today. I know you're proud of me. To my brother, Jacob, I know you're smiling in heaven. To all of the family, I love you. I couldn't do this without you. She's planning on working for about a year and then come back and go into yet another nursing program. And her hope is to work in pediatrics. She's always been able to talk, so this was not anything new. Okay. Allison Cahoon. Her parents, Charlotte and Steve Cahoon, are pinning her today. I want to thank all of my family and friends that have been there from the start of my nursing journey. Thanks for always being there to support and remind me to keep going, and that God has a special plan for me to be a nurse. I would also like to thank Andrew for being a special part of my journey. I want to thank all of the friends that I have made along my journey as a student, and for reminding me that nursing school is only temporary. I have always wanted to be a nurse, and my dream goal is to be a registered nurse. I also would like to thank my instructors for pushing me, even when I was having a bad day, to be the best future nurse that I can be. I especially want to thank my mom, dad, and sister for always being there each and every day while on this long journey. Mimi, I know you are proud of me. I am a nurse now, just like you. You should be proud. Brian Amy. Brian is being pinned by Sarah Kaiser. Brian's had a big impact on his class and on his professors. However,
It was so short, you had to make something up.
I really did. His speech is, I'd like to thank my parents and Sarah for being so supportive. He gave his extra time to his classmates. Stephanie Garlick. Stephanie is being pinned by her boyfriend, Matt Culpepper. Today being one of the happiest days of my career, I want to thank Matt for believing in me throughout this milestone in my life, especially on the days when I wanted to give up, and for continuing to push me daily through this challenging journey. He has been there through the ups and downs of this program, having faith in my abilities even when I lack faith in myself. To my family, a huge thank you for also going through this journey with me and giving me the strength I needed to get through these past 2 years. I want to thank all of my instructors who believed in me and pushed me to keep fighting for my dreams. I especially want to thank all of my classmates who helped me get through this program, for being there even when I thought I wasn't going to pass. Between late night study sessions, going to eat after class, and crying about if we passed our test or not. You all have become a second family to me, and I greatly appreciate everything y'all have done with me and for me through these past 2 years. Thank you, and I love you all. Alexandria Hawley. Alexandria is being pinned by Aaron. First and foremost, I want to say how thankful I am to serve a God who calls me to have a hand through nursing in helping and caring for people who need me. I am grateful for all the friends I made throughout this program, who held my hand and prayed with me in the hallway before a big test. There's no doubt in my mind that I have made lifelong friends. I couldn't have done it without all your support. Even if some days you had to call me 20 times to remind me of a due date. To my family, your support and love never goes unnoticed. Thank you for teaching me how to work hard for what I want in life. To my friends and significant other, thank you for being so understanding when I had to miss out on things to study, and for always pushing me to be the best person I can be. Lastly, thank you to each and every professor, clinical instructor, and mentor. You all have shared your knowledge with me, spending hours in lecture, making sure we understood the full concept. Each clinical instructor has encouraged me to walk into a patient's room with confidence before performing a new skill. I would not be the thorough nurse I am today without your kind, encouraging words. I am immensely grateful for this experience. Again, thank you all. Morgan Hendrick, being pinned by her fiance Chris and children Christopher and Lanaya. I'd like to thank God first and foremost, because without Him by my side, I would have never been able to make it through this difficult program. I prayed that He sit on my shoulder and guide me to the right answer, more times than I can count. And I know He was there every time. Next, I'd like to thank my fiance and children for putting up with my attitude on the bad days and sticking close to me on the hard days when I was most likely absent-minded in family life. But most of all, thank you guys for being my driving force for completing this program. Knowing that I will be able to better provide for my family is what has kept me pushing this whole time. Now, I've got to thank my amazing classmates who have supported me to no end, picked me up when I've felt defeated and broken, and who are the only ones who truly know what this journey has been like. Hard. Huge thank you to all of my classroom instructors for teaching me the fundamentals of what it means to be an excellent practical nurse, and to each of my clinical instructors for helping me in the field, radiating confidence to myself and classmates when we were weary, and being there to support us when everything in our personal lives would go wrong on Thursdays and Fridays, it seemed. Personal and professional life. I plan on working as an LPN to gain experience in the nursing field now and will further my education in the near future. Thank you so much to all who have contributed to our success. We did it! Christy Hudson. Christy is being pinned by her husband Robert and their two children, Thomas and Tinley. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to the Lord above for giving me this opportunity and helping me to achieve this accomplishment. As many of you already know, I am much better at talking instead of writing, so please know that this may be a little boring, but everything I say comes from the bottom of my heart. Robert, thank you for providing for our family, being supportive, encouraging, and patient with me, and for helping with Thomas and Tinley so much during the last couple of years. Thomas and Tinley, you are my sunshine and my pride and joy. Thank you for helping me with my homework and always giving me something to talk about during class. Steve, Deborah, Jennifer, Braylon, Tommy, Reva, and the rest of my family and friends, I cannot thank you enough for all the love and support you have given me and for always encouraging me to do my best. A huge thank you to you all for helping so much with the kids. Lisa, we have endured so many things together during our life, and this gets to be another experience added to it. Thank you for always having the dream to become a nurse that you shared and inspired me to have also. Thank you again, and I love you all. To the PN class of 2019, keep your standards high, and I wish you all the best of luck. Melissa Casey. Melissa will be pinned by her mother, Yolanda Savage. I would first like to thank God. Thank you to my mother for always supporting me, and to my two nursing sisters, Jasmine Murphy and Josephine N., for sticking by me through this amazing journey. I plan on going back to school in 1 to 2 years after gaining some experience. If you see a trend there, in nursing, you are always learning. You're always seeking more education, gaining more insight, and these people are starting out very early realizing they're gonna need more, even though this was hard. Meghan Mcintosh. Meghan's mom, Janet Mcintosh, is pinning her. I would like to thank my friends and families for supporting me through school, my teachers and clinical instructors, and my classmates for always lending a helping hand. I plan to work, get some experience as a nurse, and then go back to school for my RN. Emily McKimmey. Is being pinned by her mom and dad, Jera and Scott McKimmey. This journey has been everything but easy. However, I have had the best support system that I could have. I would first like to give thanks to God for allowing me the opportunity to build my knowledge in the nursing field and blessing me with the best people I could accomplish it with. I could have never accomplished this without the love and constant support from each one of my friends and family. Mom, Dad, Beth, and Joe, thank you for putting up with my irritability and busy work and school schedule. I am glad I will now have more time to spend with you all. Wyatt, thank you for holding my hand through it all. You have loved me at my lowest and my highest. You are the love of my life, and I cannot wait to marry you in September. Last but surely not least, I would have never made it through this journey without all my classmates. They are the only ones who truly knew what I was going through within this journey. Our late night and early morning study sessions have finally paid off. You all are going to do amazing things. I just know it. Haley Mundi. Haley is being pinned by her mom, Tina Kingery. I want to express thank you to my mom, Tina Kingery, my stepdad, David, my grandparents, and my boyfriend, Jonathan Perry. Thank you all for supporting me and pushing me to be the best I can. I will be working at Shenandoah Valley Health and Rehab in Buena Vista, Virginia. I will be furthering my education to become an RN through Virginia Western Community College beginning summer of 2020. Jasmine Murphy. Jasmine is being pinned by Adam Turner, Adam III, and Jolie. Jolie's not real sure she's happy with that. My name is Jasmine Murphy, successful LPN graduate from Virginia Western Community College, fiance and mother to 2 beautiful children. I would like to thank God first for all He's done for me in helping me make it this far. Special thank you also to my fiance, Adam Turner II, for always encouraging and supporting me. Also would like to thank my mother, Judy Turner, and father, Donald Murphy, for being there whenever I needed them. Melissa Casey, you've been nothing but motivational and inspiring to me. I appreciate you. I do plan to go back to school to advance my education within the next 3 to 5 years. Got to get all the pictures. Renard Napier. Renard will be pinned by his mother, Robin Napier. I would like to thank my mother, Robin Napier, for not only believing in me, but for pushing me through this journey, and most of all, for being my best friend. I love you, Mama. I'd also like to thank my late grandmother, Diane Torres, for being patient with me and keeping me on time. Lastly, I'd like to dedicate my penning to my late sister, Samantha Stewart, who showed me that compassion, like an eternal flame, can never die. Josephine Zaman. She's being penned by Julia Cummins and Amy Brisley. Psalms 23, 1 through 6 is her strength. It has been a hard journey to complete this program, and doing so has brought me great happiness. There are times when things became overbearing and difficult, but with the help of those around me, I could gather the strength to continue. Let me start off thanking God, because through Him all things are possible, and without Him I wouldn't be here today. I would like to thank my family and friends for believing in me through this journey, especially my wonderful parents for their support and always praying for me. To my siblings, thank you for always being so understanding for these past 2 years. I have been absent in your lives, and you all still have my unconditional love. You are my motivators. Secondly, I would like to thank my 2 adopted families, Brisley and Cummins, for always putting my needs first before their own. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support you have given me in my schooling and personal growth. I'm a better young woman because of all your help. The time when I felt like giving up on my dream, you all believed in me and encouraged me to get back on my feet again. Today, my dream came true because of your support. They say that it takes a village to raise a child. In my case, that is true. I am very blessed to have you in my life. To my professors, thank you for pushing me to many points of mental breakdown. And thank you for sharing your wisdom in your teachings. Thank you to my classmates. You have become more to me than I ever could have imagined. Special thanks to Allison, Katie, Jasmine Murphy, Melissa Casey, and Christy for always being willing to study with me and all your explanations. I am so fortunate to have shared such an amazing experience with an even more amazing group of people. I am so proud of you all. Congratulations. Yes, we did it. Wendy Michelle Saunders. Wendy is being penned by her husband, Bobby. She would like to say thank you to her whole family for the support they've shown in any way during the time she's been in school. She would also like to thank each professor and clinical instructor that has had a part in guiding and teaching her in this journey. She plans to work in geriatrics after graduation and take her prerequisites so she can work toward her RN degree in the future. Jasmine Smith, being penned by her son, Jasier. I want to first thank God for making all my blessings possible. Second, I would like to thank my family who was there every step of the way and for making this possible to get through. There is no way I could have done this without my family's help and support, and I am forever appreciative. And last, I would like to thank my friends for being supportive and praying for me as well. Nursing school has been the biggest and most difficult accomplishment that I have ever encountered, and I'm proud to say I made it. The sky is truly the limits. Congratulations. Lane. Samantha Smith. She's been pinned by her daughter Michaela and her fiance Mike. Samantha would like to thank, first of all, God for blessing her with this adventure and the means to complete it. She also would like to thank her daughter, Michaela, for being her why and driving her to be better and make it through school. Her fiancé, Mike, for all the sacrifices he made and stepping up to allow her to be able to make this journey. Her parents, Brenda and Lenny, have never given up on her and encouraging her to continue. Her grandparents, Carl and Norma, for supporting her since she was little to be a nurse. Her sister, Amy, and husband, Peyton, nephew, Henry, and future father-in-law, Larry, for everything they do to support her and always being there. Lastly, her classmates for especially on this crazy ride with her. She will never forget any of you, especially Katie. Couldn't have done it without you. Samantha's accepted a job at Carilion Brambleton Family Medicine. Caitlin Stolfer is one of our other graduates that could not be here today. She is, however, out having fun, so that's okay. Amy Stevens. She's being pinned by her mother, Robin Garrison. First, I would like to praise God because through him all things are possible, hence why I'm standing here today. I would like to say a special thank you to all who have helped with watching my son so I could study or complete assignments these last couple of years. Brian, I want to thank you for allowing me to have this experience and to better myself for our family. To my son, Macon, May has finally arrived, and I look forward to spending much missed time with you and Dad. Thank you both for the love and support you've shown me when I had to sacrifice family time to study. A special thank you to all my family and Brian's family for the love and encouragement I continue to receive. Nothing has gone unnoticed. Thank you to a few special friends for being there through many tears, long night studies, prayers, and encouragement when I was down. To my professors, clinical instructors, and other faculty, I want to thank you for making my experience a memorable one. I am currently exploring career options and plan to bridge to the RN program in the future. Sarah Shamaya. Being pinned by Amanda Potter, her best friend, and Robin Watson. I would like to thank my mom and dad for your love and support throughout this journey. I would not have been able to do this without you. Thank you to my grandfather and my aunt for your love and support. Love you all so much. To my best friend Amanda, words cannot express how much you have helped me. Thank you for always being there to listen to my rants and for making me study when I felt like I could not survive another long night. Big thank you to my pastors, Eddie and Debbie Crabtree, for the spiritual support you've given me the past 2 years. Love you all. Thank you to Marilyn and Arnold Potter for all your love and prayers and for driving all the way from North Carolina just to be here. To Christy, my sweet nursing sister, I literally do not know how I would have survived the last 2 years without you. Thank you to my teachers at Virginia Western for being so committed to my success. Finally, thank you to Robin Watson for believing in me and making me feel comfortable to practice my nursing skills. You're the best. I am so excited to start my career. I will be working at Raleigh Court Health and Rehab. Ginger Taylor. Ginger's being pinned by Jason and Jaden Taylor. Uh-oh. First, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. Without him, this would not be possible. To my husband, Jason, my boys, Jason Jr. and Jaden, my parents, Gladys and Johnny, my sister, Michelle, my friends and family, each one of you played a very important part on this journey. I cannot thank you all enough for the love, prayers, support, and encouraging words that got me through some tough times. You all have watched or listened to me cry and doubt myself numerous times. My dark days made me strong, or maybe I was already strong and they made me prove it. Life has knocked me down more than anyone could imagine, but I was determined to get up, dust myself off, and keep striving. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. To all my instructors and clinical instructors, thank you all for everything you've done, whether it was me voicing my concerns, crying, questioning your test questions, or whatever it was, thank you. Jason and Jaden, once again, thank you for pushing Mom through tough times. Always remember to remain humble, keep the faith, chase dreams, and find adventures. To my classmates, we all may have had our differences, but we knew we could count on one another to help each other through this. We did it. Congratulations to each of you. The wing on my pin represents my grandparents who are in heaven looking down on me. They inspired me to become a nurse, and look at me now. I have achieved it. I'm overwhelmed with joy to start my new career as a nurse. I'm ready to improve the lives of others. I plan to further my education as an RN in the near future. Yeah, she's one of them that doesn't usually say much. Megan Vipperman. Being pinned by her mother, Susan Bishop, by her mom, Susan Bishop. I want to thank my son, number 1 Nico. He was the deciding factor that chose my nursing path and why I'm here today. My mom, Susan, has always been supportive and encouraging of the decisions I've made with my career choices, and I appreciate and love her dearly. I want to also thank my lovely husband, friends, and our instructors at Virginia Western for their constant support and patience you've demonstrated over the last 2 years. I have applied at Western Virginia Regional Jail and the VA. Bethany Waters. She's being pinned by her mother, Mary Slate, an LPN for 30 years, and her inspiration. I would like to thank my mother, Mary Slate, for raising me in a loving Christian home, always setting the example of a loving and caring nurse. I also want to thank my nursing buddy, Mariana Moy, for always answering my text nursing questions all hours of the day and night. I plan on bridging to the RN program next year. You've noticed them picking up the lamps as they go back. The next part will be the Nightingale Pledge led by Dr. Melanie Moore. It'll take them just a moment to get in position.
The Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to pray with all in my power to maintain the highest standards and practices of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping in the practice of my calling. I will assist the physician in his work and will devote myself to the welfare of my patients, family, and my care. I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen and take my share of responsibility in promoting the health and welfare of the community. I will constantly endeavor to increase my knowledge and skills nursing and to use them wisely. I will zealously seek to nurse those who are in wherever they may be and whenever they are in need. I will be active in assisting others in safeguarding and promoting the health and happiness of mankind. The lamp symbolizes, for those who don't know, the lamp symbolizes Florence Nightingale, who most everybody knows is the first person to actually practice modern nursing. And she went through wards with a lamp that was lit, and that's the significance of the lighting of the lamp.
I'm sure many times the lamp didn't light. So,
So each and every person here pledges themselves to do the best that they can for their patients. And this is the lighting of the lamp ceremony.
are they all lit?
The all lights on.
Not quite yet. All right, you all can blow out your lamps and go back to your seat. Blow out your lamps and go back to your seat. Yep. You want to do your closing remarks?
Hello, everybody. It's been a little while since I've been in front of you. So I didn't get the pleasure and privilege of teaching these students the last semester. But as I would walk through the hallways, I would hear voices go, "We miss you, Mr. Nguyen. We miss you." Everywhere I go, I just kept hearing that. And then I thought to myself, and it was the LPN class that said that. So I thought to myself, you know what? It really wasn't me that, yeah, they missed me, but I was the one that missed out because I didn't get a chance to really teach you this last semester. So, but I've missed out on a lot of things. I missed out on all of everybody's positive attributes that you have. And all these positive attributes, actually, they come from all these people here who supported you and helped you out throughout those 2 years. So I just want to be real, somewhat brief and talk about some of these positive attributes. Lauren Alou, your wisdom, your professionalism, I'll always remember that. And so should your rest of your classmates. Stephanie, your willpower, it's always something to be admired. Deja, your grace and your respectfulness. I'll always remember that. Allison, your kindness and your dedication will be remembered. Brian, your wit and your self-confidence. I guess we can call it that, right? Alex, your youthful energy and your kindness as well. Morgan, your poise and your attentiveness. You're always paying attention in class. I noticed that. Christy, your leadership and your reassurance and your assurance when people will come to you with issues or problems will be remembered. Melissa, your quiet calmness. You were always calm, no matter what. Megan, your quiet resolve. You were quiet, but you were always there, and I knew you knew what you were doing, right? So, Emily, you're not so quiet. Assertiveness, and you were very fun. You're very great to have you as a student in class. Haley, your calmness and your very steady nature. I've always seen where you were so steady, from lab to clinical. You just had that steady hand, and you knew your patients were going to be taken care of. Jasmine Smith, Jazmine Murphy, your inquisitive nature. Every time someone had a question, but Jasmine would ask it. Because I would be sitting in class and I'd go, "Mr. Nguyen, And I know, you know what, it's gonna be a question, it's gonna be a good one, and everybody in that class would learn from that. And sometimes I would learn from it as well. So thank you. Josephine, your courage, from where you've been to where you are now, your courage was so admirable to me and brought me a lot of inspiration. Jasmine Smith, you're so adaptable. I bet we could put you anywhere and you would do well. That's right. Caitlin Sheffer, who isn't here, her even keel nature and her efficiency. Amy Stevens, your assertive leadership, you are truly their leader, and you did such a wonderful job with that. Sarah, your positive optimism, that was not hard with you. You were always positive, always optimistic. Meghan Viperman, your consistency. You were always consistent in whatever you did, and I admire that. Bethany Waters, your drive to succeed is like none other that I know. Thank you. Ginger, your positive conviction. People would come to you as well, and you would be so positive and be able to guide them into where they need to be. Thank you. Let's see, Melissa B., your persistence. Thank you for showing us how to persist even when things don't seem like they're going well. You showed us that, you know what, if you keep at it, you can do what you set out to do. Thank you. Renard, your humor and your hard work. Renard was very funny in class. You know, when the class started falling asleep, you can always turn to Renard and he would say something like, that was funny. But your hard work as well, because truly in clinical, and I've seen you at work too, at your work, everybody really admired him, and they want him to be either the nurse's aide, but now the nurse. They want him to be their nurse. So good job, Renard. Samantha Smith, your grit and your determination, we didn't talk about it much, but I know you had some rough times, but that grit that you have was admirable. And let's see, Wendy Saunders, your honesty and your faith. I always could, if I wanted to hear the honest truth, I go to her and she'll tell me. She'll tell me, and you know what, I admire that each and every time. Whether it's good or bad news, I admire that. I think I got everybody, didn't I? Did I? Okay, all right. And then, so even though we didn't finish as a team that we started, I'm going to take all these positives with me, and I'm going to use them to help inspire me. And I hope you do the same, because if you do that, there's nothing that's going to stand in these people's way, right? So good job, congratulations. If y'all remain seated, thank you all.
On behalf of the graduates, administration, faculty, and staff, including Dean Graham, who could not be with us today, I would like to express appreciation for all the sacrifices that have been made by all the family and friends of these now future nurses, as soon as NCLEX is passed. Okay. It is now my pleasure, if you would stand please, to present the future nurses of the 2019 Virginia Western Community College Practical Nursing graduates. If you will please remain at your seats as the graduates recess from the auditorium, that would be wonderful. Thank you.